welcome guests and good evening, toastmasters and most welcome guests. Sorry if I sound a little off or like a little river otter or something. I've been fighting this allergy for the last 2 weeks, and it's just been driving me crazy. As for the sleep also, I can't say my wife gets 7-8 hours, but we go back and forth. So I'll just get right into it. What I've noticed this entire summer is gas prices have just been crazy. I can't go anywhere to get gas for under $2. But I came up with an ingenious idea the other day, which is if you really wanted gas, you could go to 7-Eleven, say about 10 at night or so, ask for a chili dog, and you can still get gas for under $1.50. Now, it works, trust me. And that's what I miss about caveman days, because it was so simple back then. You had a spear, you went to go hunt for food. It was very simple. Nowadays, the modern spear is the index finger on the smartphone, and you're deciding between Uber Eats or DoorDash. But that's got me into a lot of problems a few times, because I think, I could just order the food. So then what I end up doing is taking a cat nap, or at least I thought it was, and it's the following morning. And now I'm in a deficit of calories and I need more. So what I end up doing is I gorge out on the next meal. And at least for me, I don't eat a little bit, I eat a lot. I eat like a buffet per meal. That tends to be this diet. I don't know where it goes, but it's there. And so when I do go out, it could be 5 minutes later, and all of a sudden I'm 3 burgers and a milkshake in. I'm actually starting to panic a little bit because I have to make sure I have a pulse, because that's a lot of fat, a lot of sugar. That influx has me worried about my cholesterol. This is something that you discover when you become 30 years old. At least this is what I know. Because now being 30, some of the main things I've started to realize are I don't get out of bed or start my day until I've at least warmed up a little bit. I can't pull anything. I have to work. The second thing is I always make sure that I know my cholesterol, and the third thing is I check the weather. It's like this crazy habit. I need to know the weather before I leave the house. I have to dress for the weather. I can't be underdressed and I can't be overdressed, because then I freak out and I'm in the bus going down Granville and I'm panicking and I'm sweating and I can't handle it. So I need to know the weather. And this is the other final thing I realized, which was once you turn 30, you don't digest caffeine like you used to in 29 to anything below 30. At least for me, I can't have caffeine unless I'm 5 minutes from a washroom. It just goes right through me. I can't handle it. It's too powerful, and it makes me jittery, and like my hands won't stay still. So you gotta watch the caffeine. But I learned that the hard way when I went camping with some friends one time, and we were starving. It'd been over 20 minutes since our last meal. And so the only thing open late at night was this drink called bubble tea. Just okay, that sounds delicious. And so I got, which when I look back at it, oh my God, I should have paid attention to reading the names. I'm terrible. I like the shiny thing, and I get that guy. And it was this drink called the double matcha, and it had extra bubbles in it, and it was quite big. I thought it would be okay, it would satiate me. No, couldn't sleep. I'm just watching the clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And I learned the hard way through that just stay away from caffeine, if you're over 30 at least, or pace yourself. And the last thing I'll leave you with is, where I really refined my taste. This is how it all emerges, the title. When my wife and I were in Thailand one time, we were traveling all around, and we went to a small village. And sometimes when you travel and stuff, you really miss home, the comfort of home. You need something. You're like, I just need anything to feel like I'm home. And for me, it was chicken nuggets. That's a staple. That's what I required. I was okay without the dipping sauce, but I needed those. And so this little Thai lady, when we were at this restaurant in this little village, barely spoke English, and I asked her, I actually ordered chicken nuggets, and I don't recall them being on the menu, but I ordered them anyways. And she kind of looked at me perplexed, and so then she went off into the corner and she yelled at somebody in Thai holding a meat cleaver. This is the bad part, but so I went, so like 2 minutes later, this Vespa pulls up and he's holding a live chicken. And I'm like, no, that can't be right. And he's just like there, and she's walking out with the knife like this. And I'm not gonna even dare try to mimic the accent, but they were communicating. And I'm like, no, too fresh. Up until that point, I'd never really had real world chicken. So thank you very much.